Now, is anybody here involved, has ever been involved here in the red meat industry? Gotta be, look like a few workers around here. So, can you tell me about the Silver Ferns Farm, which is our biggest company, and why it's being sold into majority Chinese ownership?
There's a bunch of laws.
It's not majority. It's 50-50 split, if you read it.
Yeah, I have read it, sir, and you haven't.
July.
In 2 days' time, it is not a 50-50 split.
No.
Let me tell you, the CEO
Taking
is
over.
going to be chosen by China.
Mm.
The casting vote in any boardroom decision is going to be decided by China. The dividend spread or payout is going to be decided by China. That's in the documents. That's in the documents. They're putting up 51 million and telling you they're paying 242 million. No, they're not. They're putting up 51 million for the biggest meat company in this country, and they get to decide everything from dividends to investments and the wiring program into China. If I'm wrong, why did the shareholders of Silver Ferns Farms get one set of documents before last year's vote, and the Chinese shareholders in Shanghai Mailing get 4 times the documentation?
Yep.
Why did the Chinese get, for example, a 4-year forecast, whilst the shareholders in New Zealand were told we only do 1-year forecasts? And if you're a farmer, sir, let me tell you this. You should explain to your children and grandchildren why the chance you once had in your country is now being determined by China. It is a disgrace. And you might vote for other parties to allow that. But one party is never going to tolerate that sort of deceit. So I've said that the management and board of Silver Ferns Farms is corrupt and they're liars. Yep. I've said that now for 10 months. Mm-hmm. Is anybody suing me?
No.
Well, you can't go around defaming people in this country and get away with it. But is anybody in that company suing Winston, Peters or New Zealand First? No, they're not. Because the moment they do, we get an order for discovery of their bookwork and their documentation, and we'll show you what lies they are. And the farming community owes its future generation better than that. If they vote in 2 days' time to go with Shanghai Mailing, then your number one red meat industry company will be in foreign control. I don't blame the Chinese, but I sure blame some corrupt and dumb New Zealanders on Silver Ferns Farms.
Yep.
Can I ask you this question? Do you know that Silver Ferns Farms is a company now where if you're selling a product to them, you've got to take their transportation arrangements,
Yep.
their cartage arrangements. Their cartage arrangements are organised by a company that doesn't own one truck.
Mm-hmm.
The cartage costs have gone up by millions and millions of dollars in a company that doesn't own one truck. In short, they're ripping every farmer off. Is that in the book, sir? The person who shouted out, have you read it?
Not in the book, no.
Pardon?
Not in
It's
the
in the
book.
paper.
Precisely. But you said it was.
I didn't say the
You said, have I read it?
I'm saying, have you
I read it better than you or any farmer. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I disagree.
Oh, you might disagree. So let me ask you this. Why doesn't the CEO of Silver Ferns Farms sue me then?
I've got no idea.
Why does Mr. Hewitt come on a debate on the farming show with me?
No.
I know why. Because he can't answer the facts. That's why he won't go on. He's been challenged month after month. Come on. Go on with Winston Peters about what you're saying against what he's saying. He won't front. Will he?
Well, I'm looking to sell my shareholding before the company goes broke, and you're trying to prevent it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Too late, so
he's
I
looking,
should have done it before.
he's looking to sell his shares before the company went broke.
Yep.
Last year, the information sent to you, sir, in the information package to shareholders, underwrote the earnings by 84% and overwrote the debt by 24% right under your nose.
They could sell it.
They lied to you. Now, you've got no excuse. Because just the other day in the Farming Magazine, 25th of July, what did Mr. Hewitt and the CEO say? It's all on the front page of the magazine. You know what he said? Last year was a good year. Last year was a good year. Oh, so it wasn't going broke then, wasn't it? Sir, I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I want to know, now I want to ask you this. If last year they were going broke, why is the management saying that last year was a good year?
Because it probably was. But unless the deal goes ahead, the bank will not underwrite silver fern farms for another year. So that's common knowledge.
No, it's not.
It ain't common knowledge.
No, it's not common knowledge. That's the bull dust they told you. That's the bull dust they told you. Now, excuse me. Why were you being told that they faced receivership or liquidation unless they went into the Shanghai Mei-Ling deal last September? Why were you being told that when 3 weeks later, out came the annual report of the accounts, income up 84%, debt down 24%, the bank threat was a total lie. And then they told you that if we don't do this deal by the end of June, it's all off, they said. So, this is today, the 10th of August. What happened to the all off statement? How many lies are you prepared to take? And with the greatest respect to you, you got to be a farmer because you bought on a New Zealand only buyer market. And you want to sell to the world, don't you? Well, with the greatest respect, men like Seddon in the 1890s, men like Ward and Massey and every other Prime Minister from all those years back, all the way until 1984, believed that New Zealanders, when they went to buy a farm, only had to compete with New Zealanders. And so do we. So do we. So you go out and you vote for your National Party that is selling you down the drain, that's allowed China to get control of the infant formula business in the space of 3 years. You've got plants in the South Island, you've got one coming up near Mataura right now, right near a Fonterra outlet. You go south of Auckland, you go to Pocono, there's a massive infant formula milk plant being built, all for the Chinese. Why would we do that? Why would we not get all the added value for our people, our country, our small towns, our provinces? But you're welcome to go to vote for them, sir, because it's a free and open democracy. But before you do, please tell your grandchildren what the hell you're doing. And please tell your grandchildren that at least you consulted with a commercial lawyer about this prospect, rather than go off and get an Aussie company called Grant Samuels, pay them millions of dollars to flim-flam some farmers, and they're still saying it's a good deal. Grant Samuels said last August and September that the company was going broke. We know from what they said last year that they lied. But you're back doing it again. Grant Samuels was also in that farming magazine on the 25th of July saying the company needs to be sold to the Chinese. But thank you for raising it. Thank you for raising it.
Talk about it together later.
Pardon?
Let's talk about it later.
No, we're not talking about it later, sir. I've given you warning after warning. I've asked it in Parliament. I've written more articles than every other politician, all put together, on silver fern farms. I've done my best to tell you what's going on. If you want to believe them, perhaps you could tell me, because you've read the contract, why is there a director's slush fund of $7 million?
Slush fund?
Yes, there's $7 million going to the directors. Why would that be?
Director's fee?
Oh,
Bloody grades! Bribes!
oh no, hang on a minute. Why would directors who ran the country bankrupt, according to you, to be paid $7 million?
I didn't say they ran it bankrupt.
Oh, yes, you did.
Not yet.
You said they were facing bankruptcy. That's why we had to sell it.
Not bankrupt yet.
Oh, I see. Well, sir, try and be consistent for more than 5 seconds. No, try and be consistent for more than 5 seconds. Why would they need the small group of directors $7 million if the company they were running was so bankrupt Chinese manning had to buy it out? Doesn't hold true, does it?
Nope.
Oh no, I'm not coming on, you are. You go and ask Mr. Doocy, a member of the National Party, what he's done about it. Go and ask Bill English what he's done about it. Nothing whatsoever. You and I know full well that the Cullen Fund could be funding our meat industry, and it should be.
Yeah.
And it should be.
Yeah.
And if we were in control, it would be.
Where the German politics been, folks?